We are live 364 days a year. What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan. Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How do you not get fishy after Monday Night Raw?
What is going on, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast. It is Tuesday, August the 5th, believe it or not. We are over halfway through 2025. We're going to break down Monday Night Raw from last night. I thought it was excellent. It's a Tuesday show, so you know it's going to be fun. The Tuesday Night Delight is not here, though, so you can keep your Tues down for this one. But you know who is here? A guy that I think knows the guy that made the intro song. He's also the host of Take It to the Table. Let me send this one across the pond to Chaos. What's going on? Happy Tuesday.
What's good, everybody? Happy Tuesday indeed. I am 1/3 of the Tuesday Delight crew. I'm here to keep you all entertained. And I can't wait to get into this episode and speak about a rather spicy episode of Raw at times, I must say. But yeah. Huge shout out to the guy that made the theme music. Absolutely awesome. I hope we get to hear him again soon. I hope he's getting paid as well. Right, Ben? Let's get straight to it.
Absolutely. I'm excited about it. Let's keep it rolling, though. Let me introduce the next one that we've got in the lineup for today. Out in the DC area, the nation's capital, we're going to go back to the continental United States. This man owns a college. You know him as Aunt U. What's going on? Happy Tuesday.
What's going on, everyone? It's your boy, Aunt U. Now, everyone knows I'm not a part of the Tuesday Night Delight, but I am here to get you all right, talking about Raw from Monday night. Let's have a great show, guys.
Absolutely. I am fired up about it. Let's get right into it. Our first topic here today. We've got Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella on the microphone, cutting a promo. This is an interesting back and forth because I think all three of us have seen Unreal. Have you guys both seen the entire?
Yeah, finally finished the whole now. Yeah.
This felt a little bit like going back to the well, right? They showed Charlotte and Tiffany, and we had a very similar comment made when it comes to comparison to what Becky Lynch said. I thought that was a important segment, at least on Unreal, and I think they sort of went back to the well. They went back to what worked before, I guess. At least on that show. I don't know if it worked on screen the first time. I do think it did last night, but Chaos, I'm going to start with you, man. What were your thoughts on this promo and this back and forth?
Wow. This took me by surprise, I must say. I know you said that they kind of went to the well regarding this. I think the difference is I think they actually kind of cleared what was going to be said beforehand, unlike the awkward segment that we had with Charlotte and Tiffany. But yeah, I wasn't really, when Becky came out and doing her stick, I've never really been a fan of Becky promos. They all kind of seem, my friend kind of put it correctly, put it perfectly. They feel kind of wooden, and it's just not convincing enough. So when she came out doing her stick and everything like that, I was like, okay, fine, let's get over with who she's going to face. And then Nikki Bella comes out. I was like, okay, fair enough. They're giving her something to do. Obviously, the stuff with Liv Morgan fell down the toilet, and they need to use her somehow. And I thought, okay, yeah, that she is a viable person to face against. And yeah, it was just obviously a generic back and forth, that kind of stuff. You were the head of your division, I was the head of mine at my time, and all this stuff. And then obviously, to be fair, Nikki obviously fired the first shot. She's saying that you're just as lying as your husband, and then yeah, Becky just took that to heart. And that zinger, my lord, that it was 2 for 1. It was just like you and your hut. Oh, no. And that's because you can't see him. And then the crowd just went nuts. When I saw that, I literally was like Wale when it was the New Day versus the Usos segment. I was like, stop it. What are you doing? Like, what is going on here? Lord Jesus. And yeah, that just brought it up to another level. And yeah, I don't think anyone expected that from Becky, especially. It was a perfect rebuttal. And yeah, now I'm hyped for this match. I never thought I'd be sitting here saying that I'm hyped for a Nikki Bella match, but yeah, they went out got the ball rolling instantly. The crowd loved it. They were just like, what the hell just happened here? And yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see how they're going to top that or keep the momentum at that height up until I guess they're facing off at Clash. But yeah, it was unexpected, but I loved it. I was here for it.
I totally agree, man. Like I was kind of stunned too, because it was a little bit of a slow burn at first. You sort of built up. They introduced a little bit of the history, like we would know, but maybe not the entire audience. And then by the time Becky got to the "You Can't See Me," it was almost like she did it in slow motion. I know she didn't, but just like time stopped for a second because you got the perfect level of gasp from the crowd, followed by like the pop.
Yes.
I
had to replay that about 3-4 times when I saw that. I couldn't believe what I just heard. I was like, yo.
So beautifully delivered. We've got Roundhead here with Nikki got caramelized. That's hysterical. He also said, good evening. How about that Monday Night Raw from Angie Diva? Shout out to Angie. Great show yesterday, as always. Fernando Zayas with excellent post SummerSlam Raw show. I agree. I mean, that line was just so cutting and so gold. It was one of Becky's, I think, best promo lines in years. I don't think any of us would disagree on that. And also, I got to give Nikki Bella credit. She really sold it well. She did a good job of the shock on her face. Yeah. Whether that was real or whatever the emotion was, the look, it didn't feel forced. She didn't get frustrated and sandbag the segment. She sold it perfectly. Like, I can't believe you said that.
If it was a battle rap, she would probably like just try and tug at Becky Lynch's like shirt. Just like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got me.
The segment though, like, so you can obviously tell that Nikki Bella coming back this time compared to the first time she came back, she is taking this very seriously. Her promos have gotten a lot better. Her in-ring stuff. I mean, she's older now, so she doesn't move as fast, but she looks better in the ring than what I would have thought. So with seeing all that and seeing the hard work that she's putting in, it was fun to watch that promo last night. We got the man Becky Lynch back. We got that, spit talking, fiery Irish lass that we've been missing for a while. From Nikki Bella calling her Hollywood and saying, this is what happens when you guys go Hollywood, to Becky Lynch bringing back up about how her parts got cut out of the movie and just like relevant stuff. Like it was super digs, but everything was relevant, and it wasn't like anything was just a lash out. It was like these insults were well thought of. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the how they delivered everything. And yeah, You Can't See Me, like we all knew it was coming, right? But still, when she did it, it was like, I can't believe she did this. So I'm as Chaos said, I'm excited for their match coming up. It should be really good at Clash in Paris. But yeah, no, like Becky Lynch was the old Becky Lynch last night, and I was fired up about it.
And another factor that I really actually like about this matchup is we just saw like a really great program between Becky and Lyra. Lyra being about equally athletic as Becky, a little bit smaller, arguably faster, right? Nikki Bella is underratedly strong in the women's division. She is more of a powerhouse, especially stylistically compared to like a Brie. I mean, Nikki is stronger than I think she gets credit for moveset wise. Especially you look at the original Rack Attack, the new one, the TKO version, which I think is very good. Actually, obviously after the neck injury, you can't do the original move, right? Like it doesn't exist anymore. But she has that powerhouse type moveset. Becky does a great job working opposite that. And she hasn't in a while. So this is another fresh matchup in that regard. It's kind of one of those bingo card matchups, like old ones, because you're looking at a generation before Becky, we never really got a Becky Nikki run. And it's over a belt that wasn't introduced during Nikki Bella's prime. So it is kind of cool that you have that on the line as well. I think this was a smart decision to pair these two together, especially after the loss of Liv. Liv made a lot of sense. This makes more, for sure. Though the one thing that I will say, though, to that the Liv part of it, obviously both being cast members on Total Divas, they have that history, and I would have loved to have seen as far as lines that could have been delivered. If you remember, when they did the Hawaii trip on the series finale, Nikki's the one that flew Liv's mom to Hawaii. That's the end of the show. Like, as a surprise for Liv, if they'd have used that on screen, that would have been golden. Like,
Yeah.
when you were nobody, I flew your mom to Hawaii from New Jersey. Like, no problem, first class. You know what I mean? I like, yeah, that back and forth would have been interesting too, I think, without a doubt. But let's talk about a match that was a bit of a slugfest, more than a bit of a slugfest. Ends in a count out. Now, I think a lot of people in the past have complained about the 10 beats of the Bodhrán. Like, I thought you only get a 4 count. It's illegal, right? Technically, when he does it even over the rope. And then he's doing it on the outside. This ends in a count out. Essentially, him and Rusev. What a war. I get it. But where are we going with both of these guys, man? Since Rusev's return, he feels like Diet Miro in some ways. And like it just I don't get it. Chaos, can you provide some levity for me here? You got anything?
I'm kind of clutching at straws with this one. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, this one was probably the better one out of the two that they've had, and this actually ended in a count out, which is weird. The other ones were kind of clean, were clean finishes. Well, not clean, but they actually had a finish. Yeah, I just feel like they're definitely just trying to stretch this as much as possible for them to have something. I still my interest in this feud is not it hasn't gone up or gone down. It is just meh. And I spoke on this funny enough last week. I was given this last week as well, and I was still the same. I was like, surely there must be something. Like, we can't just be stuck on the storyline. Oh, they were tag team partners in a failed faction, and that is why they are feuding. Why? And just because, you know, Thingy got I forgot his name. Rusev got the boot, got released, and then he thinks that Sheamus has abandoned him. I mean, like, it's a bit of a lame. It's just like it's what we call in anime filler, a filler episode for both of these guys' careers. And yeah, I think by looks of things, it wouldn't surprise me if this just ends up as like the final match being maybe a last man standing, or, you know, just a no disqualification match, so one of the two, just to end it all. But yeah, there's got to be something. I agree. This is like Diet Miro. I don't know why they are diluting the syrup with this guy, because this guy was over in AEW with the Redeemer gimmick. Why can't they just kind of like port it over? Not be the exact thing, but don't make him feel so much like an afterthought, or, you know, someone that is not really. Someone of him should be having his eye on a title, the world title. Ideally, he could be one of the biggest threats, and they're just not treating him as such, even though he's meant to be this big powerhouse and stuff. But yeah, he should be like looming over it. Maybe not going for it directly, but the commentary team should be saying like, this guy could be a viable threat to the world championship, whether it is on Raw or SmackDown. But they're just not doing that. So yeah, I just want this thing to be over and done with for both of these guys. And then yeah, this because I think there's something there for both of them, but this ain't it.
Yeah, it feels like a Raw program too, which is almost even more frustrating to me. Like that they're not going to pay this off even at Clash or somewhere else. They're going to pay this off like on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Right. And that's even goofier because I don't think it benefits either one. And the other thing is, I would almost rather have Rusev show a level of viciousness a la the Redeemer, but target smaller wrestlers. Don't send him to a guy that can stand in front of him and looks the same size, and it's power versus power slugfest. I love that in a war if we're going to make it a blood feud, but that's not what this was.
Well, that's what they were kind of trying to go with, because he was bullying Tozawa, And then all of a sudden, Sheamus was like, "I'm sticking up for the bullies," and then this is what we get.
And it's like, I wish there was just more of that though. Like, right, go get Ray Phoenix too. Go get all kinds of people. Right,
Yeah.
go get Frazier and Axiom at the same time. Right, like get all of them. Stack that up. Build some stock. Right, cut some promos about it. Right, be scary. Be that Redeemer, like eerie, almost like psychopathic, and almost doesn't even know how violent he can be. The way he comes across, because he thinks he's actually on the moral high ground.
Because that's what he did in AEW, didn't he?
Exactly.
He was doing it with Darby Allin and all them guys. Yeah.
And I thought that was brilliant. There's the perfect roster to do it with. It's just not been done. I don't know. And do you have any other suggestions as far as like how we solve this one? And the other thing is, both Sheamus and John Cena, I pointed this out on yesterday's show, are one Intercontinental title away from the Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Is that a potential thing that we see down the road, maybe even Cena's last match? Because I said it yesterday. For Cena at Survivor Series, why not Dom? Why not give him that last big victory in San Diego against Dom Mysterio? I don't know. Give me your thoughts on all of this real quick. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, so I hope I'm wrong about this, but I feel like I've seen this with Sheamus before. When they established the bar, it was the same thing with him and Cesaro. They just did not like each other, and they just fought. Like, several of those matches had zero conclusion, and that's why we had a best-of-7 series. And the 7th match ended in a no conclusion, so they put them together as a tag team. So, when it comes to Rusev and Sheamus as a tag team in a Raw tag team division that is eagerly looking for monsters, I think that would be great. I think that would be really something fun to watch, because I think Rusev can bring that viciousness out of Sheamus that we've missed for years. And just like seeing those two destroy the New Day, destroy the Creeds, destroy it, like that would be fun to watch.
Here's my only problem is we've seen them in the League of Nations. So just skip the step of them fighting, right? It's not the same as the bar and Cesaro. Don't
it's the
don't
two
put it in the dryer.
Like Rusev feels that Sheamus abandoned him. So now it's through these fights, they're gaining respect back for each other. And they're sitting there and it's just like, we could continue beating each other up, or we could beat everybody else up.
Yeah, it's possible.
For the Raw division that we have, the Raw tag team division that we have,
they need more strength for sure. We've got Fernando in the comments though, with this angle is going nowhere. That cracks me up. I will say though, before we go to break really quickly, so my idea for the end of the Cena run, and that's why I brought that up involving Sheamus, guys. I think it goes Brock Lesnar at Clash. Then you get Dom Mysterio for the IC title in San Diego at Petco Park for Survivor Series. He wins that one. Saturday night's main event. I think it's one of two people. It's either Sheamus wins the IC title to also win the Grand Slam, and that's the final match, or I like the idea of Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu for the IC title against Cena in his final match. He loses. They actually give him the mic, unlike Goldberg, with some time. I don't know. What are you two's thoughts on that one?
I think Fatu. Oh, go ahead, Chaos.
No, yeah, I'm just like, maybe. I just don't see how they would eventually meet up. I see what you're going.
Yeah.
And it would be a huge cap feather to Jason Fatu's cap, but yeah, I don't know. I realistically, nah, I just don't see it. I would like to see it, but yes, I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't know what is gonna happen. Right now, it's all up in the air for Cena right now.
I think so too.
They could easily just do a 3-match series with Lesnar right now, just to run it out.
Oh, don't do that. Please don't do that. I'm begging anything but that, Chaos. Why would you even speak that into existence?
It would surprise me.
What are you thinking?
He wants to work. He wants to work with Lesnar, so it wouldn't surprise me if that would be.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
And what do you think? Really quickly, and then we'll go to break.
I think after what happened at Backlash, Cena's last match poetically needs to be Randy Orton. Like, I don't think there's anybody else you can put him with on the current roster that would make it as a big fight feel.
But they already blew that load already. Pause. I'm just saying, like,
like I said, I remember what happened at Backlash. That's why you get closure to it, because it wasn't a good match. It was, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got Cena, who's going to be doing this whole redemption arc, right? I was lost. You know that I gave Cody his one-on-one match against the best me. There's people I need to make up to. I don't. You're an anime fan. You know about Sasuke's redemption arc and how it had to go. You know. So
yeah. But I just think, like, if it was possible, a true full circle. I'm just speaking out. Right, let me go to the break. If it would be a true full circle, if it was possible, if you could still go, the perfect person for his final match would be Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
That's a true full circle right there. But
I don't
perfect
think Kurt,
world,
I don't think Kurt can go there.
I don't think he can.
No, he can't. He can't. But I'm just saying, like,
Well,
if
by
it
the
was
way,
possible.
to that point, Chad Gable could be on that bingo card then.
Oh,
That's very similar. I don't hate that.
What if the Undertaker's
not a terrible idea?
What if the Undertaker's match with Trick Williams is a warm-up match to be in the final match with John Cena?
Now we're into
Undertaker was the one that gave
the rest of the show, and jeez,
Undertaker gave him the rub and was like, "What's your name, kid?"
If that comes true, Ben, clip that, because that is a giant call. But let's talk about other things really quickly. Let's talk about Wrestling Republic's Undercard. Subscribe to our second channel, Wrestling Republic Undercard. There's exclusive videos, clips, and more. You're going to see grappling for position. You're going to see sold separately. You're going to see all kinds of clips. I do believe there's even some take it to the table clips. I'm not sure, Chaos. You could probably correct me on that, but either way,
he doesn't like my channel. Sorry.
There's short form clips and whatnot. Also check out Chaos's channels too. So this has now been the best ad read of my career. Either way, let's keep it rolling on today's show. Really nailed it, guys.
Woo!
Yeah.
We reading stuff.
Oh man. So I don't know if y'all remember Doink the Clown, but I sure do.
Oh man, there were the three doinks.
Dominic Mysterio versus Dragon Lee, and 3 El Grande Americanos appear. Aunt, you make some sense of this for me.
I can't make sense of this, but I anytime Dominic Mysterio is on my screen, I love it. The maturity and just watching him go from when he was under Ray to getting recruited by the Judgment Day to where he is now is such a fun journey. And it's only going to get better. Seeing Dominic Mysterio at Triple Mania, and a fatal 4-way for the AAA World Heavyweight Championship. You got to give it to him. You got to have him he's got to be the greatest luchador. Like, I don't know, man. Everything from his smug attitude to just his annoying little flex, he does everything perfectly as a babyface heel. And I say he's a babyface heel because they had to give him a mullet and a porn stash just to ugly him up. So, yeah, Dominic's fun. Nobody moves in the ring like Dragon Lee. I think Dragon Lee is one push away from being one of the greatest mid-card title holders that we've seen in a while. He's so, like, I'll say Dragon Lee is on par with Ray Phoenix with just his innovation of moves and how he gets around the ring so quickly. So that match was good. The 3 El Grande Americanas come running out. It added that little bit of humor and comedy to this really good match that it needed for it to be a Dominic Mysterio match.
Yeah. And I think that's the real question, though, is how do we now solve the El Grande thing? Because I did love it for a comedy segment, but this is the only thing that bothered me. Is like you built something where he became really endearing, especially when let's be honest, it was Chad Gable.
Yeah.
And then Ludwig goes and cuts the promo in AAA, and it's awesome. What I don't like now is how do we now solve who's the real one and all of this? Because that had to be the payoff. Chaos, what do you got for this?
I'm just waiting for them to recreate the Spartacus scene. I am Spartacus, but instead it's going to be I am El Grande Americano, and you're just going to see like there's about 10 or 20 of them, or it's either going to be a Slim Shady situation with the real Americano. Please stand up. I don't know where they're going with this. I thought it was just going to be one, but now there's two, and I don't know what this is. This is something that you would probably see in like the WWE 2K series with the crazy storylines. This is where it fits more. I don't know where they're going with this. But it's just absolute multiverse of Americanos. I don't know what there's a leak somewhere. See what I mean? Yeah, see, there's a multiverse.
The Silva in the comments of the multiverse.
Wow.
I was like, that timing was remarkable.
It's crazy. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm loving it. I'm here for it.
Spider-Man meme, but with the pointing meme, but with the Americanos is pretty good.
100%. 100%.
I'm with you. I mean, look, I think it could be something really great and really funny. If you were ever going to bring back a wrestler's court segment, like say El Grande Americano earns a title shot, and if you did a wrestler's court segment on which Americano actually earned the title shot, that could be one of the funniest videos. I know it's a complete like outside the box thinking, but if you're really going to try to direct it back to something, you have El Grande become the number one contender for the IC or the United States or whatever the title is. And then you take them all to wrestler's court and you've got all the Americanos lined up and you figure out which Americano it was that actually qualified for the title match, leading to the reveal and then eventually the run for that mid-card title. I think that's a way you can put a nice bow on this story. And I think that would make a lot of sense.
So for me, I want to see them start using this. I want to see complete foolishness. I want to see one El Grande Americana hiding under the ring while the other fighting.
Twin magic.
He goes rolling out. He rolls under the ring, and the other one comes from the other side. I want to see complete foolishness with it, and just make it ridiculously fun to where when Chad Gable comes back, he's like, why are you besmirching his name? And have Chad Gable go off. And that's when you get the reveal of who all the other El Grande Americanos
have been.
And Chad Gable goes running off to the back as the original in the real one.
I don't mind that in the least. Donnie De Silva suggesting a battle royal. Just Americanos, winners.
Different shapes and sizes. I'm actually here for that.
This is the comment of the year, Donnie. Donnie.
Oh my
War
God.
Games, the Americanos explode.
Hey, that's a bit controversial, isn't it? Someone out there will get triggered by that for some dumb reason, but
that's outstanding. The Americano family, TCX Warlords. That is so good. All right, let's move on to the main event of the evening. Let's talk about Seth freaking Rollins, our new
review. Sorry.
Our new world heavyweight champion, Seth freaking Rollins. I thought his promo was okay, not great in the opening segment. That's not really what this main event one's about, but I just kind of want to sneak that in while I had a second. The red outfit was wild, to say the least. But then, of course, he's interrupted by Los Angeles Knight, the last man to defeat him clean-ish, fake injury or not. No matter what we're talking about, he did get that victory. They have the match in the main event. We get a Roman Reigns return. We get some CM Punk involvement. We get all kinds of stuff here. Shenanigans. I love seeing Roman Reigns back. I love Roman Reigns. The look on Heyman's face, all of that. Roman Reigns is the man. I'm going to start with you, Aunt You, and then I'm going to go to you, Chaos, because I know you want to talk about the OTC. But what were your thoughts on the main event match, the angle, all of that?
Okay, so LA Knight. Oh, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. LA Knight deserves a little bit better. I feel like every time LA Knight gets that big push, it just gets ripped away from him with the multiple Money in the Bank losses and everything. And just the man continues to get one of the most amazing pops every single time his music hits. So it just goes to show the difference in the hierarchy of your WWE stars. You got Roman, Seth, and Punk, who are on that upper tier level. And no matter what, guys like Jey Uso or LA Knight do, like they'll get there, but it's always getting ripped from them, and they don't get that true shine. So I thought the match was good. I love how LA Knight comes out and just it's not afraid of anything. Like he goes after it. Great fighting ethic. Like it's great to have LA Knight in a WWE that's missing Kevin Owens, because you're really not missing anything. They have that same attitude about them. Having Braun and Bronson, gone from ringside was fine to a point. CM Punk coming out, interrupting the match, I didn't like that. But I get why CM Punk is just going to be a thorn in Seth's side. And then you have Roman. And so it's just, how long can we keep those three intertwined? How long can we keep that trio intriguing in a main event setting? Because at some point, we're going to have to get the one-on-one Seth versus Roman. And that's, I mean, I'm sorry to Phil, but Phil's the forgotten soldier in this group. Phil, you got your title taken.
Of the three?
Yeah.
As weird as it sounds, he had his moment winning the title. I think of the three, he's the logical one to leave behind for the time being, because Seth Roman is so much more enticing, at least in my eyes.
Yeah.
Seth Punk, some of the steam has been taken out of it because Seth has the numbers advantage. He's taken advantage of Punk so many times. He's got his number at this stage. I want to see it simmer. I don't want to see Punk just firing back, trying to do the exact same thing, because he has no leverage. His wise man's gone, or his friend is gone, I guess. The wise man is Roman. But Roman's in a position where every time Roman walks out, we're still pretty shocked. The least surprising thing that happened in the main event was a Punk interference. And that is frustrating to me. At least in my eyes. The most surprising thing was Roman Reigns. And that's why, Chaos, I got to ask you about that, because get the ones up. We know.
I mean, yeah, no, it was a hot segment. It was a good build up to it all. First off, number one, Seth Rollins didn't have the most outrageous outfit of the night. Why are we not talking about Xavier Woods' ridiculous hat? That was absolutely crazy. Loved it though, but it was crazy. Penta did
Mad Hatter.
That was, oh man, that was incredible. It was like he was, you know, that cheat that you have big head mode, but it was that big hat mode. That's what it was. But anyway, yeah, the segment was great. The match itself was fine. It was a typical Raw event. I kind of disagree with what you're saying regarding, how, they're mistreating LA Knight, because, at the end of the day, they did give him a chance. He won the US Championship. They gave him his own belt, all that stuff. Sure, it was a bit wishy-washy at parts, but he did get a momentum thing. At the end of the day, he might not be winning the major world title, but he's still being involved in prominent situations. He was just in the World Heavyweight Championship match. He had a reason to go for it. And it looks like he's going to be quite possibly in a 6-man tag right now, because the way it looks like it's going to be Roman, Punk, and LA Knight versus the Goon Squad plus Seth Rollins, probably at Clash, because there's no real potential match for Rollins at Clash. So I think that's what they're going to go for. But yeah, I agree. The Punk interference was pretty much a foregone conclusion. But yeah, I think he does have a place to be there, because at the end of the day, Seth Rollins cost him took his moment away. Even though he got it, he got the World Championship, but he only had it for 5 minutes. But the real culprit has to be Bronson Reed. That guy took my man's Jays again, 2 weeks in a row. This guy has to die. I'm sorry. Roman has to claim his body. He had his chance at SummerSlam. He got away. He did it again. No, something has to happen about Bronson Reed. He needs to be stealing shoes. I'm sorry. You just don't do that. Like I said in the last week, there's 3 things you never do to a man: cuss his mama, spit in his face,
or steal his J's.
Take his J's.
Or even step on him.
You not even step on him. No, you get a backhand. I'm sorry. You just don't do that to a man's J's. And
what I will say though, Chaos, I don't know if you heard me say this. If we're gonna pay off this taking his J's thing, there are enough cords and stuff in the arena at this point. There's enough stuff in the rafters. You have to do the throw it over the telephone wire. You have to have that moment.
Go get it.
I want Bronson Reed to just practice it so much that he for sure gets it on the first try. But to see, and then they're just there the rest of the show, hopefully like before a match or something. Like that moment. I hope Bronson Reed is every single day going to like a place that just has like cable cords and just throwing tied together pairs of shoes up there, practicing to make sure first try, no missing.
The symbolism of this, though, is perfect because Roman is the first WWE wrestler to sign with Jordan.
Yes.
And Jordan shoes have been a prominent part of Netflix and Raw for the past 2 weeks.
At this point, you might as well take your socks. Like, just take everything.
This is hysterical.
Like, you just don't do it. It's crazy.
When you acknowledge the tribal thief, you have to raise your sneaks. That is freaking hilarious. Half Cascade, well played. Drew's title reign was longer than Punk's. I know, it's unbelievable to me. I mean, for me,
if WWE doesn't start selling Shula Falas, just necklaces with a bunch of Jordan.
Stop it.
That's what they calling it now, the Shula
Falas. Oh my goodness gracious.
You got to start selling Shula Falas now.
Well, and
it's amazing. It's incredible. I couldn't believe when you actually tried to do it. I was like, no way, 2 weeks in a row, you're going to take the main guy, the top guy in WWE, you're going to take his J.
Well, and like everybody's seen a movie or had the experience of walking home barefoot. Like, what happened to your shoes? Like, they're gone.
I haven't, but I know. I have no friends.
Yeah, exactly. I may have been the one taking them. No, I'm kidding.
You probably were.
I was a bit of a bully.
Not like Bronson Reed, though.
I'm reformed.
Yeah, not like Bronson Reed. Boy, you just tsunami you like about 5-6 times. Or the amount of tsunamis as well. God damn. That was crazy.
I mean, that's 300 plus pounds flying through the air numerous times. Like that's different. I really, really, really am looking forward to when we can make it Roman Seth. The thrown together 6-man tags, I'm not that excited about because why would Roman ever team with Punk? I mean, Punk used his favor to mess Roman around. Why isn't he also mad at him?
Yeah, true.
We just kind of overlooked that. Like, yes, I get that Heyman turned on both so they can relate in that regard. But before the match, Punk threw it in Roman's face that he had Heyman in his corner.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think it's an interesting spot here. I really like what was done. One more thing before we go home, though. In Seth's promo, did he name the group? He said, "This is the Vision." Is that what we're calling the group?
Yeah, it's most likely going to be the Vision. I think I read somewhere that they trademarked it, so it's most likely going to be the Vision. It just makes sense. It's nothing special, but it just makes sense.
Yeah, they got rid of the visionary, but it's the Vision. Yeah, I think that works, and it's simple. It's simplistic enough.
Yeah,
that I think it's a fair name. I actually the group has grown on me week by week more and more.
Yo, Braun Spear, Jesus, the way he took out Punk. Where did he come from? That was
him in half.
No, busted knee or not, he just took him out of his shoes. It's crazy.
Braun Breaker is one of those people that, like, you see him run and you go like, oh no, he's too big to go that fast. You're like, whoa, like right? It's like somebody in like a really, really, really nice truck that gasses it, and you're like, wait, it's not supposed to drive like a sports car. Like,
Why do I feel like they're setting it up for Braun Breaker to be the one to take the title from Seth Rollins already?
It's most
I
likely.
think it's possible.
Yeah,
I think
like,
it's very possible.
Have you seen the ego on Braun right now? He's pretty much saying that it's his group. This is all him. Like, it's saying.
Did
when
you see
Seth
the
was
cheeky
talking about-
Roman Reigns chant
Oh,
when
you
he's
thought
got the
you were
arm
saying it?
lock on him at SummerSlam? Oh, that was delightful. I
But
loved it.
Did you guys peep Braun's body language and face when Seth was talking about he told two people about his thing? He was like, I told my beautiful Intercontinental Championship wife.
Yes.
And also remember, both of them shouted out each other. They've usually done a good job of keeping Seth and Becky separate, their marriage from the thing. But
And they both messaged. They both
They-
mentioned each other last night. That is
Yeah.
a really great point. That's interesting. That might be the first time that we've seen that in the same show on WWE TV. Realistically, I didn't even actually consider that, but I will say that we could talk about this the rest of the day. That's going to bring us to the end of the show, though.
Sure.
Thank you so much, everybody that tuned in. We appreciate you. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow. That's of course at noon Pacific, 3:00 on the East Coast, 8:00 in the UK. That's 9 a.m. for my friends in Hawaii. We'll also be back today, immediately following NXT. That's going to be about 7:05, 7:10 Pacific. That's 10 o'clock on the East Coast. I don't know how to do the math. It's in the middle of the night if you're in the UK, so I apologize.
Yeah.
And then, it's like 4:15 in Hawaii. And Aunt, you will be joining me for that one. Also, check out latest episodes of Take It to the Table. Of course, Chaos, as we know. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. On behalf of me, Clark, Aunt, you, and Chaos, we will talk to you soon, and have a good one.
Yeet.